It's being
Namaskaram.
recorded.
Ready to start, or should we wait for 1 minute, 1 more minute, or? Okay, we'll start. Are you able to see the slides?
Yes.
Yes. Namaste everybody, Swagatam to today's class. So we are in week 3 of the Bhakti Club of Saints of India. So we've been learning about Adi Shankaracharya, right? So we'll continue and conclude with Shankara Vijayam today, and then we'll learn about a new Mahan next week onwards, okay? All right. So I'll just call upon a few students, whoever is raising their hand to recite the shlokas, and then we'll get started. Okay. Ashrit, so first you can start with Shuklambaradharam.
Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavatanam Dhyaye Sarva Vigno Prashante.
Uttamam. Anagha and Arjun?
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Very good. Ansh? Saw some hand raised.
Guru Ve Sarva Lokanam Visaje Bhava Roginam Nitaye Sarva Vidyanam Dakshinam Murtaye Namaha.
Okay. Anybody else next? Harikesha? Go ahead.
Smriti Purananam Alayam Karnalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Sankaram Lokasankaram.
It is Shankaram, okay? If you see that S and then on the top there is, that means it is Shankaram, Sha, okay? All right. I think in the previous one also Bhishaje, okay? It's not Bisaje, it's Bhishaje, okay? There is a dot underneath, so just stress on those. So I encourage all of you to learn Sanskritam, okay? As much as possible. At least if you are able to pronounce properly, that will be good, okay? Next, who else? Sudiksha? Okay, go ahead.
Apara Karuna Sindhum Nyadadam Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhar Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham.
Very good. Anybody else? Okay, Sudikshna, why don't you finish this Narayanam Namaskritya also?
Okay. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet.
Very good. Okay. So we'll continue with today's class. So just as a reminder, we want to thank Paranur Mahatma Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal for composing this beautiful work of Vaishnava Samhita. And it has the charitrams or the histories of a lot of over 250 acharyas and mahabhaktas. Okay, and let us continue. So we wanted to start with a small quiz as usual. So let's see. How often does Ativaradar come out? So if you know the answer, or if you want to say the answer, if you could raise your hand kindly, that would be good, so that we can call upon you, and then we can give turns to other people also. Anybody knows? How often does Ativaradar come out? I talked about this last time. Okay, 10 years or 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or 50 years.
I think it's every 40 years.
Yeah, Uttamam. Very good, Ashrit. Yeah, it is every 40 years. Very good. Okay, where do Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati all meet? What is that place called? Harikesha?
Raj?
Prayagraj. Very good. Uttamam. Next, What is one Grantha Acharya wrote expert commentaries on? So he wrote on bunch of works, but if you can say one Grantham, that would be good. Anybody wants to give a try?
Saundarya Lahari.
Saundarya Lahari, okay, but expert commentaries, that is what, so that is, he composed that one, right? But expert commentaries. So there were 4 commentaries, and then he got blessings from sage Veda Vyasa. Anybody remember? Okay, Sudiksha?
Bhagavad Gita.
Very good. Bhagavad Gita is very, very good. Yes, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranamam, 10 Upanishads, Brahma Sutras. Okay, so these were all the Granthas Acharya wrote expert commentaries on. Okay. Then, okay, what did Acharya compose after meeting Chandala? What was it shlokam that he composed? Harikesha.
Manisha Panchakam.
Very good. Manisha Panchakam. Excellent. Okay, and then name one of the compositions of Acharya. Maybe whoever is there, you guys can give or list one composition each. Compositions means the shlokas or the stotras, whatever, you know, whatever we learned or whatever we reviewed, or if there is anything that we that you know apart from the class also, that is fine. Yeah, Anaga and Arjun?
Kanakadhara Stotram.
Very good. Kanakadhara Stotram is one. Very good. Then any other?
We have something in the chat.
Okay. Can you read that?
Yeah, sure. Sri Rama Bhujanga Stotram.
Very good. Sri Rama Bhujanga Stotram. Very good. Excellent. Okay, any other?
Kala Bhairavashtakam.
Kala Bhairavashtakam. Very good, Ashrit. Excellent. Anything else? Okay. So,
Pancharatnas.
Pancharatnas. What Pancharatnas?
Meenakshi and Ganesha.
Oh, okay. Ganesha Pancharatna, Meenakshi Pancharatna. Okay, good. Yeah. Harikesha.
The treatise, Prabodha Sudhakaram.
Very good. Prabodha Sudhakaram. Superb. Excellent. Anaga and Arjun.
Sivananda Lahari.
Shivananda Lahari. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. Okay, excellent. Okay, you're all experts. So I hope all of you are also learning to recite all of these at your home. Okay, so that will be good. It will please Acharya. Okay, so some examples are Yamunashtakam, Jagannathashtakam, Ramabhujanga Stotram. Somebody already mentioned. Bhaja Govindam, Govindashtakam, Krishnashtakam, Gangashtakam, and all that. Okay, all right, very good. So happy that you are all remembering all of this. And okay, so just to recap quickly, so we did, we looked at the places that Acharya visited, the major places, right? And then the incident with the Chandala, right? How he composed Manisha Panchakam, then how he had the Krishna Darshanam, right? And Radha Darshanam in on the banks of Yamuna, right? How he saw the Vanabhojana Krishna along with his friends and all. We saw all of that, right? So last time. And then, so we are going to continue with the Charitram of Adi Shankara today. Okay, so we'll see who are all his disciples, who are, and then there is some incident, which happened with the Kapalikas. We'll talk about that. And then I wanted to also talk about the lineage of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. Okay. All right. So Adi Shankara, he had 4 main disciples. Okay. So if I just show you this picture that I have here. So this is the lineage, okay, of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. So Acharya, you can see he is surrounded by 4 disciples. Okay. So the disciples and names are Sureshwaracharya. His original name is Mandana Mishra, and then Padmapada, and then Hastamalakar and Giri. Okay, so Giri is famously called as Totakacharya. So we'll learn about all of them today. Okay. So this Mandana Mishra, okay, so he is called, he is the Sureshwaracharya. So he became Sureshwaracharya later on. So he followed the ritualistic worship. Okay. He always only thinks that, okay, you have to do the karmas. Karma Anushtanam only is the important one. So he doesn't think that Bhakti Margam is important or the Jnana Margam is important. He thinks that only the karma, if you keep on doing the rituals, that dharmam, if you do, then you will get the results. He doesn't think that there is a God, there is a Bhagavan, those types of things he's not thinking, or he's not sharing it with other people also. So he is just saying that just keep on doing the rituals. So that is not really the true bhakti, right? So Acharya, he went to his home and he taught him the true meaning of what these mean, what this is, what this leads us. And then he says that there is this Bhagavan. So you keep doing them, then good things will happen. But still, Bhagavan is the final person who actually who determines what comes to who. Okay, and so they're having a lot of discussions. Okay, and his wife is there. So you can see in this picture. So his wife understood that this is not an ordinary person. So both of them go into a debate. Okay, so Mandana Mishra and Adi Shankara go into a debate. And so the result of the debate is, if somebody loses, then they will drop their dharma, whatever if Mandana Mishra loses, he will come out from the Grihastha ashrama and he will become a sannyasi. And if Adi Shankara loses, he will become a Grihastha. Okay, so Grihastha means coming to householder life. Sannyasi means renouncing the householder life and wandering as a sannyasi. Okay, so giving up everything and going in search of Bhagavan. So that is the agreement between them. So both of them had discussions, and so Sarasavani, his wife, is actually employed as the person who will say who is the winner, who is the loser. But now she is in a bind. So this is her husband on this side, and she understood that this is Acharya. He is not an ordinary person. So she is not able to say that. So what she's doing is, okay, why don't you both wear a garland, and whoever's garland actually falls away first, so that person is the loser. That person has to follow the other person. So that's what they are doing. And so eventually Mandana Mishra loses. Okay. And so according to the agreement, so he comes behind Acharya. But then his wife, she's saying that spiritually both of us are one. Okay, because this husband and wife, they are. So this is in our Sanatana Dharma, this is the thing, right? Like husband and wife should be together always. Okay, and they have to follow the path, and they have to be taking the Grihastha Dharma together, right? Both of them bear the responsibilities together. So that's what, so she is also following him, and Acharya accepts. Okay, and so she is following, and at a point she is not able to continue further on the banks of Tunga and the Bhadra. So that is near that Sringeri, that place. So she stops, and then Acharya understands that she is herself a Devi. Okay, so she is Sharada Mata. Okay, and so so for her, Acharya establishes the seat there to spread the Advaita. So in Sringeri, and then Sureshwaracharya continues with Acharya. Okay, so she stops there, and then Sureshwaracharya continues to follow with Acharya. So this is the manda about the first disciple. Then the another disciple is Padmapada. Okay, so this Padmapada, Padma means lotus. Okay, in Sanskrit. So we'll see why he got the name Padmapada. So this person, this disciple is called Sanandhyaya. Okay, and so Sanandhyaya was drying the clothes of his guru. Okay, so he was very much, so all of these disciples, they do kainkaryam, or they do service for their master. Okay, and so when they do in the Gurukula tradition, so all of them do the services for their master, and then the master will bless them, right? So Sanandhyaya is drying the clothes of his master on the other side of the river. That is, master here is Acharya. Okay, so when Acharya is calling him, he immediately steps. So he's on the other side of that river, and it would take, I think, at least maybe an hour for the clothes to dry, right? So when Acharya is calling, immediately he wants to come there. And so this river is there in between. So he still, he just wants to come. He cannot swim or anything. So he just wants, so he's placing his foot on the river. So with every step on the river, since he is going because his guru is calling him, the divine, the divine within him so he is acting for his guru, right? And therefore the guru's glance is falling on the Sishya. And so with every step that he's keeping on the river, there was a lotus. Okay, so there was a lotus that appeared. So on that lotus, he just steps his foot and then he comes. So as you can see, he has come from here to here. Okay, so for every step, there is a padmam, there is a lotus that comes up on the river. And so he steps on that and then he easily crosses the river and comes to the guru. So since this padmam came for every pada that he kept, so his name was called Padma Pada. Okay, so we'll have another, we'll see another incident with Padma Pada sooner. Okay, in a few slides, we'll see that. And then another Sishya's name is called Hasta Malaka. So in this, for this Hasta Malaka, so Acharya is doing Digvijayam. So we saw that last time itself, right? So he was touring all the length and breadth of India, right? All over Bharatam, he was traveling from one place to another. So Acharya meets a deaf and dumb boy. This boy is completely, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't eat anything, he's always thinking something. He's like a Brahma, Parabrahma Swarupam. Okay, that means he doesn't know what is happening in the world. Okay, he doesn't know that he's hungry. He doesn't know that he has to have food. He doesn't know that this is hot, this is cold. He doesn't understand those kind of differences. He is in that state of that samadhi where he is thinking about Bhagavan all the time. But his parents or his relatives, nobody is able to understand him. Okay, so when Acharya came to that village, at that time, his parents are taking him to Acharya. And then Acharya is now questioning this young boy, who you are. Who are you? He's asking. And then this boy who has not spoken even a word so far with anybody, now he is able to recite shlokas. So he is saying, Naham Manushyaha Nacha Deva Yakshau Na Brahmanaha. So he is saying, I am not a Manushya, I am not a Deva, I am not a Yaksha, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Deva, etc., etc. And so he's saying, this body is not me, the Paramatma is there. So that Paramatma is there is in my body, is what he is saying. So he is able to give this kind of a philosophy just like that. Okay, just like so easily. Okay, which is so very, very hard for people to understand or to grapple. He is able to give this so easily. And so Acharya calls him as Hasta Malaka. Hasta means hand. Okay, in Sanskritam, if you know, Hastam means hand. Amalakam means a amla fruit, the gooseberry. Remember that before that, when Acharya went to that lady, poor lady, and then that lady gave him that dry amla, that pickle, right? So the same amla, he's saying that it's like you are giving this philosophy just like having an amla fruit in hand. Therefore, he named him as Hasta Malaka. So Acharya is saying, then they are asking what they have to do. And then Acharya is saying, you have to send him with me. Okay. And then they are thinking why we should send him. And so he says, this boy will speak if I am here in front of him. Otherwise, he is not going to speak anything. Only if he is with me, he will be able to lead a normal life, and he is not born for an ordinary life. So therefore the parents, they think, okay, wherever this boy is, let him be, let him be fine, and let him be with the Acharya. And so they send him along with Acharya. And so Acharya takes him as his disciple and he calls him as Hasta Malaka. Okay. And then the last disciple is Totaka. So his original name is Giri. Okay. So this Giri, unlike the other disciples like Sureshwaracharya or the Hasta Malaka or Padmapada, he is not very bright. Okay. So he is not a very, he doesn't ask any questions. what he does is he always only looks at Acharya. Any kainkaryam, any service to Acharya, he does that with utmost sincerity. Okay? He doesn't understand anything. He doesn't ask any important, intelligent questions or anything like that. And he's doing, waiting to do all the kainkaryam for Acharya. So these other disciples are all making fun of him. This Giri doesn't know anything. And Acharya is coming to know of that also, right? So this Giri is standing on the other side and he's he's washing Acharya's clothes, etc. He's waiting for this to dry, etc. And then Acharya is able to hear that Acharya is waiting that Giri also come so that he can talk about an important topic, okay, for that day. But then this disciples are all making fun of him. Why he's waiting for him? Even though he's here in front of him, he's not going to understand anything. He doesn't ask any important questions. He's just a very dumb fellow, right? So they're all saying all of these things. So Acharya feels very much. So Acharya is thinking, this should change. So he's just having a mere glance at Giri, okay? And so as soon as he had that glance, immediately he understood all of the Vedas, all of the Shastras, all of the knowledge that has to be obtained by living with the Acharya for more than 10 to 12 years. He's able to just understand with his mere glance. Okay. And this Giri composes in a very, very hard meter called Totaka. He composes something on Acharya called as Totakashtakam. Okay. So this Totakashtakam is a very, very hard meter to compose anything on. But in that one, he composed about Acharya's greatness. So you may have heard this when you have gone to pujas. Vidita kila shastra sudha jaladhe mahitopanishad katitat nidhe hridaye kalaye vimalam sharanam bhava shankara deshika me sharanam. So there are 8 stanzas. Okay, Ashtakam means 8, right? So Ashtakam means 8 stanzas are there for that particular one. So as soon as he says that, they're all very, very much thrilled to see, who is reciting this? Is this Giri, our Giri, who doesn't know anything? Then Giri says that because of the blessing of the Acharya, I am able to get all the knowledge of the Shastras. Everything is only because of your grace. I don't know anything. I'm just a dumb fellow. And it is because of you I'm knowing all of this. Amongst everybody, I worship you as my God. Okay, so that is how Totaka. So Giri is worshipping Acharya, and it is even now everybody, we always, when we worship Acharya, when we worship Mahapariva and all the other Acharyas, we always worship with Totakashtakam, okay, to get the divine blessings of Acharya. So that is the significance of this Totaka. Okay, so Totakacharya, that is the name. Now, eventually, as we saw, right, Acharya keeps on traveling from place to place. So he is doing his Digvijayam. So one time, what happened is that there are these people called as Kapalikas. Okay, so they are all diabolical people. They are all devilish people. Okay, so this is also one of the, so in ancient India, right, then when we said in the first class, there are so many people doing a lot of bad things, right? They're not following the dharma. They're not following or living according to the Vedic conduct of life, right? They have to follow and worship in certain way and all. Nobody is following all of this. So this Kapalikas is one set of people who are against. And so since Acharya has been actually condemning all of those bad people, all those bad matas, the 72 matas that were there, that were totally irreligious, he was condemning all of them, and he established the Shanmatha, right? The Shanmatha means 6 methods of worship. So you can worship Shiva or Devi, Kamakshi Devi or any Devi, and then Skanda, Kaumara, then Ganesha, okay, Ganapatyam, then Vishnu, that is Vaishnavam, and Surya worship also is okay. So those are all the things, those are all the mathas that Acharya established. So these Kapalikas, they are all devilish people, as you can see from this picture here. So they're all very, very cruel to look at, and they are all worshippers of Rudra. But then this human sacrifice is something that they give, and out of all the jealousy that they have with Acharya, what they're thinking is, you are saying that, everything is only Atma, this body is nothing. So we want to just offer you as a bali to Rudra. Okay. So, and they're just making, they're twisting the way that he is giving those, he is establishing the principles, and they are trying to kill him. Okay, so they are, as you see here in this picture, they wanted to kill him. So Acharya is saying, okay, he is all knowing, he knows everything, and he understands that everything is Paramatma, right? Therefore, he is like, okay, fine, you take your body. I'm not the body, I'm just the Atma here. And therefore, he is sitting in deep state of meditation, state of Samadhi. He is there. In the meantime, his disciple Padmapada, and he is also sitting on the other side. Okay, so there is another tree, and so he is sitting under that tree, and he is doing meditation. And these Kapalikas are all approaching to kill Acharya, and Padmapada does not know about those things. But Padmapada is in deep meditation, and he is there. And then, as these Kapalikas are taking that swords and everything to kill Acharya, immediately Lord Narasimha, he's appearing into the body of Padmapada, and then Padmapada comes there and he's carrying, just like how Narasimha killed that Hiranyakashipu with his hands, with his claws and everything, right? Just like that, he tore those Kapalikas into pieces. Okay, and then he fell unconscious. So these Kapalikas were dead, and this Padmapada also fell unconscious. Okay, and so everybody is waking him up, and then Acharya is also very astounded to see this happening. And then Acharya was asking, how come? What did you do? What happened here? And then they are all finding Padmapada there in that, under the tree. He is just unconsciously lying there. And so when they woke him up, and then they were asking him, so Padmapada is saying, I don't know anything, Acharya. I have no idea what happened. What were you? And then Acharya is asking him, what were you doing? So you gave me the mantra called as Narasimha mantra. I was just chanting the Narasimha mantra, and I was doing the meditation with that mantra. I was chanting that, and I was doing the meditation. And so Acharya understood that this is the Leela of Sri Narasimha Bhagavan. Okay, so this Narasimha Bhagavan, he came into the body of Padmapada and he protected Acharya. Okay, so Acharya then composed a shlokam called Lakshmi Narasimha Karavalamba Stotram. Okay, at that. So from this, what we learn is that if you commit an offense against a sadhu, okay, that is a sin. Okay, and that sin, it will recoil towards the person who does it. Okay, so it means that, for example, if you all know the Ambarisha Charitram, right? So in Ambarisha Charitram, Durvasa Muni, he comes there, right? So Durvasa Muni comes, and he thinks that Ambarisha has already finished his fasting on Dwadashi, okay, without giving anything to Sage Durvasa, even though he has invited Sage Durvasa for the Parana, for the Dwadashi Parana. He hasn't honored me. So I am going to show him who I am. And so he takes this this thing, and this what is it called? The bad thing, like a curse thing. Okay, he takes it and then he throws it towards Ambarisha, that it has to go and kill Ambarisha for his punishment. Okay, so what happens? This immediately Ambarisha is not doing anything, but Sudarshana Chakra is with Ambarisha, given by Lord Vishnu. So that Sudarshana Chakra started whirling against that, okay, against that bad Shakti, and that it is going towards Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni is going from place to place. He is going to Brahma Loka, he is going to Shiva Loka, he is going to Vishnu Loka. Nobody is able to rescue him. And then finally, Bhagavan Vishnu, he says that, okay, you have to go and fall at the feet of Ambarisha because you did something bad. You did an offense towards my devotee, and therefore this is only forgivable only by my devotee. I cannot do it myself either. So therefore, that is how the offense committed against a sadhu will recoil towards us. So we have to be very careful and we have to be nice to sadhus. Okay. So this is the Kapalika Sanda Acharya. This is how Lord Narasimha protected Adi Shankaracharya. Okay. So next I wanted to just briefly touch upon our Acharya's philosophy and the message. Okay. So the philosophy that Acharya propagated is called as Advaita. That means there is no Vedam or there is nothing, everything. So he says that everything is Brahman, everything is Paramatma. Okay. And so there is like your body, my body and all, they're all just manifestations. It's not everything. Whatever is inside is only Bhagavan. Okay. So that is called as Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. I'm not going to talk about it in a lot of detail because you're all so young. So it's a very complicated one. So we'll skip up what we'll think about just what is the important things that we can learn from Acharya's divine life history. Okay. So the message, okay, the important message or the essence of the message, okay, is that he's saying that Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram Dhyayam Shripati Rupa Majasram Neyam Sajjana Sangye Chittam Deyam Dina Janaya Chavetam. So he says that, so sing the Bhagavad Gita or read the Bhagavad Gita, read the Vishnu Sahasranamam and Dhyayam. Dhyayam means meditate upon Lord Govinda. Okay. So if you do those, then you will be leading a very good life. Okay. So if you do this, then your life will be very successful. Okay. And this is what he is saying. Deyam Dina Janaya Cha Vittam. And then if you have wealth, distribute it to people who are poor. Okay. So distribute it. And so do the dharma and always think about Bhagavan. So this is the philosophy. This is the message that he's giving to everybody. In Bhaja Govindam, he also says that Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. So he's always saying that if you do the bhakti to Bhagavan, only then he will help you at the last minute, at the last, when we are about to leave the world. At that time, he will help us. Okay, if you just keep on repeating nahi nahi rakshati dukring karane. So if you keep on repeating, it seems like he has sung this when he was seeing somebody actually memorizing all the grammatical rules of Sanskritam. Okay, so if you keep doing, so at that time he's saying, Mudamate, don't do this. It's keep on, if you repeat the grammatical rules, it's not going to give you anything. Go and do the Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja means always worship Bhagavan Krishna, always repeat the names of Krishna, adore him. Only then you will be relieved. Okay. And then finally in Bhaja Govindam, in that verse, in that Bhaja Govindam Stotram, he also says, Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Okay, so have that faith on the Guru, okay, at the lotus feet of the master, very, very tightly. Okay, so completely devoted at them. And then once you have that devotion, firm devotion, you act in accordance with the guidance that you get from the Guru, then you will be able to cross this samsaram or this materialistic world, okay, the cycle of birth and death and everything very easily, only with the grace of the Guru. Just like how we saw in the Totakacharya's example. Okay, so that will give you that when you always focus on the Guru, when you are devoted to them, then you will get the sense control, the mind control, everything, and you will be able to see that Bhagavan who is there in our heart. So that is the message that Adi Shankara gives through this Bhaja Govindam. Okay, so this is the essence of what we need to learn. Okay, so again, like after so those are all the essence of Acharya's message we saw. So we know that, right? Acharya established many pithas and all that. So Acharya is going to Kailasha. He came from Kailasha, right? So he got the Spatika Lingas from Kailasha. And so he also got Soundarya, etc., all of them. So he's bringing all the Spatika Lingas, etc. And then he established pithas, okay, in various places. And then he established the Badrinath temple. There is a place called Badrinath in North India. And because of the command from Lord Vishnu, so Lord Vishnu said his Murti is there in river Alakananda in the north. And so he wanted to establish there. So he established the temple there, Badrinath. Even today, if you go to Badrinath, the priests appointed by Adi Shankara will be doing the puja in Badrinath temple. Okay. Then and then he came down to the south. So he came to Kanchipuram. Okay. So Kanchipuram, he actually established the Sri Chakra Yantra. Okay. In the Kamakshi Amman temple. Okay. And then he also ascended the throne of the Moolamnaya Sarvagnya Peetam, that is the Kamakoti Peetam. So he was the first Acharya of the Kamakoti Peetam. Okay, and so all the kings and everybody, they used to be servants of Acharya. So he ascended the throne, okay, the Peetam. He took the ascension of that Peetam. He was the first Acharya, and he also his samadhi is also there in Kanchipuram itself. If you have gone into Kamakshi Amman temple, there is a Sannidhi where they have Adi Shankara's deity is there, and then there are some details about his siddhi and all is written there. Okay. So just wanted to talk about the lineage as I was showing in that picture, right? So this is the, so there are, right now we have 70 Acharyas. So the Parampara is coming, right? So Acharya and the 4 Shishyas initially. And then from then, right now, up till now, we have like 68, 69, 70 Acharyas, Pidadipatis are there. So our 68th Pidadipati is Sri Chandrasekharendra, His Holiness Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamigal. He is fondly known as Mahaperiyava. Many of you may know him, or you may have seen his pictures, or you may have attended any Anusham or Anusham Puja or anything like that in your local community. So today also, yesterday and today we've had Anuradha Nakshatram. So this he was born in the Anuradha Nakshatram, Anuradha star. So everybody worships him on that day. Okay, and so this is Mahaperiyava, and he is the living God. He is considered as the living God, right? And he this is his successor, his 69th Pidadipati, that is Jagadguru Sri Jayendra Saraswati Periyava. So he was born. So Acharya Mahaperiyava was born in Vilupuram, okay, in Tamil Nadu. He was born in Irulniki, okay, another village, okay. And this is our 70th Pidadipati, who is currently the Jagadguru Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Periva, okay. And he was born in the village called Tandalam, okay. So all of them, right? So 68, 69, 70. So we were all fortunate to see, some of us were fortunate to see all 3 Perivas at once. So it was such a great blessing for all of us. So they did so many things for propagating the Vedas, making sure that the Vedas are saved. Okay, so in the periods of Kanchi Mahaperiva, this Periva, it was in a state of extinction. So he actually brought in lot of schemes to protect the Vedas, okay, to protect everybody, so that if you do the propagation or Veda Samrakshanam. Veda Samrakshanam means to preserve the Vedas. Everything will be preserved in all the good heritage, everything, the culture that India has, everything will be preserved. So that was his message. Okay, Vedho Rakshati Rakshitaha. So the Vedasya Dharma Moolam, Vedo Dharma Moolam. So he says that the Dharma Moolam, or the essence or the root, is for our Sanatana Dharma is the Veda. So he said that we have to protect the Veda. So he installed many schemes called as PDRC Tittam. So he wanted everybody in the community to join hands and protect the Vedas. So he introduced something called Pidiyarisi Tittam. So that Pidiyarisi Tittam, it's a very simple concept. Okay, so he asked everybody to take one handful, one fistful of rice and put it in one bucket or one place. Okay, so that in one container. And so if we keep doing this for on a daily basis, then you'll have certain amount, right? Then they will give this to the volunteers. So the volunteers will take it to Veda Patashalas, or they will take it to other temples, and then they will make the rice and make the offerings, and then they will distribute it to the needy people. They will distribute it to the Veda Patashala students, etc. So that is one of the things that he established, and it has been successful. Even now, it is going on. That is Pidiyarisi Tittam. And then our Chayendra Saraswati Swamigal, so he saw that lot of other religions are all coming, and so he wanted to establish that our Hinduism also takes care of people. So he said Manava Seva. Okay. So he wanted to do Jana Seva. Okay. So he said that if you do the seva for humans, that is also seva for Bhagavan. Okay. Jana Seva, Manava Seva. So he introduced a lot of schemes for all of them to protect the poor people, to give medical facilities to the poor people, to give food, okay, to give clothing, etc. and all that. And then they also did, they have established lot of, we have seen a lot of peethams in different places. Okay, so wherever there was no temple, they established temples. Wherever the temples had to be protected, they protected all of those temples. And then wherever there is, people needed money, for their daily sustenance. Some people don't even have 100 rupees per month. Okay, so for them, they instituted that they will give some salary for those people who don't have that, right? Because for everybody to keep doing their dharma, when you go to the temple, when you go to the different kshetras, right? We need to have people there. We need to have priests. Okay, we need to have pandits there, and they have to be serving the Bhagavan there. Only then when we go, we will be able to have a good darshan. We will be able to enjoy it. So therefore, he instituted lot of schemes to help everybody. Okay, and our Acharya is continuing in the same lineage also. So they are also, he's trying to do lot of projects, okay, to preserve the Vedas, providing education to everybody. Okay, they're preserving the ancient art forms. Then they're establishing healthcare facilities. Okay, they're renovating the ancient temples, then sustaining them, then free food for hungry people, taking care of cows. So that is so important. Go Samrakshanam is very, very important. These days, there are a lot of bad things happening. You may be reading it in other classes also, perhaps. But this is something that is very noble. Okay, we have to take care of the cows because they are giving food, they are giving milk. Not only for that, but also they are, all the 33 crore devatas are all there in the cows. So the cows have to be protected. And not only that, Kanchi Kamakoti Pitam, they also help those affected by flood, famine, earthquake, calamities, etc. So I have seen it in person. If there is flood anywhere, Acharya immediately will send a rescue team there. And then they will provide them food. They'll provide them everything that is needed, okay, for like clothes and everything like that, for them to help go through that, okay, and to be rescued from those difficult situations. And also they have gone to they have instituted schemes like going to hospitals, etc., giving the prasadams, for the people who are suffering from diseases, giving them consolation and giving them Acharya's prasadam, and then saying that don't worry, you will become all right. Those types of services, everything is being done by our Acharyas and by the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. So I urge all of you, youngsters, children, whenever you go to Kanchi, go and, go see all these Patashalas, go and see all of these places, temples, etc. See wherever you can help. You can also help from here. You can also volunteer your time from here also. Okay. So just wanted to share about all of those events for you. So I wanted to just show you some virtual tours. Okay. So something about our Mahaperiva, that is the 130 our 68th Acharya. Okay, and then we'll see a couple of more videos. Okay, let me play this.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणोक्तधर्ममार्गरतो गुरुं भक्तानां हितवक्तारं नमस्ये चित्तशुद्धये अद्वैतानन्दभरितं साधूनाम् उपकारिणं सर्वशास्त्रविदं शान्तं नमस्ये चित्तशुद्धये कर्म भक्ति
So this is the place where our Mahapariva was born. This village is called Vilpuram. Okay, so there is a Shankaramatam there. So that is what we are showing you.
Namaste Chitta Shuddhaye Bhagavat Pada Padabja Viniveshita Chetasaha Shri Chandrasekhara Guru Prasado Mai Jayatam Kshetra Tirtha Kadha Bhigyaha
This is a place called Mahendra Mangalam. Okay, so where they have this small temple.
Sannibhattam sada hride Poshane Veda Shastranam Datta Chitta Mahallisham Kshetra Yatra Ratham Vande Sadgurum Chandrasekharam Vedagyan Vedabhashagyan Kartum Yasya Samudyamaha Guru Yasya Mahadevaha Tam Vande Chandrasekharam Manivachaka Godadi Bhakti Vagamritairabhisham Balanam Bhagavad Bhaktim Vadhayantam Guru Bhaje.
So this shloka that Srimati M.S. Subbulakshmi Garu, she is singing that, right? This shloka has been composed by this Acharya, our Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swami Gar, when he ascended the 70th Peethadipati throne. Okay? So when he was like in early teens, he composed that shloka and towards Mahapariva.
Vidyam bodhayame guru margamanyam na jane aham bhavantam sharanam gataha.
This is the lotus feet of Mahapariva. Okay, and so he composed this shloka and asking for his anugraham. Okay, so he is saying that I have come to you as my refuge because I don't know anything. Please help, give me the knowledge is what he is praying. Okay, and so he is saying about all the great things that Acharya has done, and he has he has instituted all the young boys and girls like all of you, right, to be actually doing the recitation of that Tirupave, Tiruvempave, etc. during the month of Margari, and he has instituted a lot of new things, right, for people who are writing Sri Rama Jayam and all that. He gave silver coin for all of them. Okay, so for getting Acharya, for getting the silver coin from Acharya, lot of students, they all wrote the Rama and they used to come because then they will get the silver coin blessed by Acharya, right? So he has transformed everybody to be in the path of Bhakti. So let us, so this is another documentary on Chandrasekhara and Saraswati. So we'll just watch for a couple of minutes and then
part of time.
We'll see.
Culture
So
and tradition flow
it's
with
about
history,
how Acharya
theories,
has
wisdom,
been,
guiding people to follow
how
Vedic
his life
Dharma.
has been, etc. It's a 7-part series. We are not probably going to able to go through everything,
Maharishi Veda Vyasa
but just a few
compiled
parts.
the Vedas and edited them into 4. Centuries rolled before the advent of Adi Shankara, the young saint who conquered the subcontinent by his serenity and scientific logic, and re-established the universal philosophy of Advaita. to carry on his mission, he established monastic institutions in different parts of India, including the ones at Badrinath, Dwaraka, Puri, Sringeri, and Kanchipuram.
Kanchipuram, one of the 7 Mokshapuris of Bharat, has been a great center of learning since time immemorial. Here, Shankara installed a Sri Chakra before the deity Kamakshi. He ascended the Sarvagnya Pitha and established a matam with Kamakoti as the formless Shakti, manifesting as Kamakshi and as Sri Chakra. In the luminous line of Acharyas of this matam, including Abhinava Shankara, comes the sage of Kanchi, Jagadguru Pujya Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamigal, the 68th Shankaracharya of the ancient and illustrious Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham.
We have only read about great saints world over who carried the message of God, a message of harmony and happiness for all living beings. Blessed are those who have been contemporaries of this sage, who radiated divinity in speech, in silence, in his penetrating glance, and in his serene smiles. The Acharya expressed profound respect for any religion which believed in the supremacy of God. He believed that every person with any religious pursuit is a divine manifestation. He spoke not only to the learned, but also to the innocent with equal kindness. A multimillionaire and a man in the street made absolutely no difference to him. Their problems ranged from sublime to silly. He asked people to adhere to their respective faiths and avoid wavering and shifting. This was perhaps his credential for being a Jagadguru.
In 1991, His Holiness Dalai Lama, the religious leader of the Tibetan Buddhists, came to Kanchi and had darshan of the Mahaswami, whom he described as the only monk of the century.
Okay, so that was just a brief about Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati. So in the early part of the video, you also saw about the 4 peethams, the 5 peethams established by Shankaracharya, right? And also about some of the saints that have gone through, that have been in India. So I just wanted to show a quick thing about this Acharya, 68th Acharya Mahapariva. He lived up to 100 years. So they did a Kanakabhishekam for him, okay, in the year 1994. And so I was also blessed to take part of that event, this monumental event as a child. I was my parents took me there. So you can see that Acharya, both the 69th and the 70th Acharyas, Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal and Shankar Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal, are offering the gold tokens, okay, gold coins. This gold doesn't mean anything for Acharya, but it's just a symbolic representation of everybody's desire to celebrate this humongous, extraordinary event. Okay, so I'll just go through that video for a minute or so. So every like dignitaries and everybody, even common man, everybody adored Mahapariva and all the Acharyas. Okay. He considered the entire world as the Guru. So somebody asked him, why you are called as Jagadguru? Why are you some specific person? Are you a special person?
1994, the Mahaswami looked.
So for them, Acharya answered, okay, I am not calling myself as Jagadguru just because I know everything in this world. I am calling myself as Jagadguru only because the entire world is teaching to me. This Jagat, the entire Jagat is my Guru. And so that is how he claimed himself. Okay, so he didn't think that I'm the one who knows everything or anything like that. So he was so humble. He knows everything. He is the living God. Okay, so that is the Mahapariva. And this one, I'm not sure if you'll have any, if you'll be able to understand all of this, but in this video, Acharya talks about the Totakashtakam. Okay, I'll just play it for a few seconds and see if you're able to get to that.
ஒரு நாளைக்கு சாஸ்திர பாடம் நடக்கிறப்போ தோட்டக்காச்சேரியில் வல்ல நாய் வச்சு அவர் வள்ளியேன்னு ஆச்சாரியோட மனசில் நினைச்சுட்டு இருந்தார். நினைச்சுட்டு கொஞ்சம் பாடம் ஆரம்பிக்கல. சிஷ்யெல்லாம் அவர் வராது போனா அவள் ஒன்றும் அவர் விஷயம் கிரகிக்கிறவர் இல்லையே அப்படின்ட்டு சொல்றதுக்கு ஆரம்பிச்சார். உடனே ஆச்சாரியாளுக்கு அவர் பேர் ஒரு கருணை உண்டாயிட்டு. கருணை உண்டாயி அப்படியே அங்கேருந்து ஒரு கொதிச்சுண்டு தோட்டக்கம்னு ஒரு விருத்தம் தோட்டக்க விருத்தத்தை சொல்லிட்டு அவர் 8 ஸ்லோகம் சொன்னார். அந்த 8 ஸ்லோகம் தான் இதில் எழுதிச்சு. முதல்ல அந்த 8 ஸ்லோகத்தில் என்னுடைய जगती भवितुं करिता कृतयः संस्कृतः विचरन्ति महामहसः छलतः.
So that just wanted to give a glimpse of acharyas, okay, and some from there, some links, okay, that we have seen, okay, on YouTube. So okay, so I'm seeing some comments just now. Mahapariva came to my home. Okay, very good. So very blessed people, okay, if Mahapariva has come to your home. Was the volume clear later on? I had actually added or increased the volume. I wasn't sure if we are able to, or I can send you the links later on if you want to see it on YouTube later. Okay, so I would like to conclude with the message that, okay, so Shambhor Murtish Charati Bhuvane. Okay, that means that same Adi Shankara, we have seen so far. That same Adi Shankara, he has been coming, okay, in different rupams, in different forms, okay. And so he has been giving this message of propagating, preservation of Vedas, preservation of, all the ancient culture, and making sure that kids are all able to follow our culture. Those are all the messages, and also to worship Govinda, to worship the Bhagavan. Okay, so those are all the messages, seeing Bhagavan in everything. Those are all the messages that Acharya has given. And so one other important thing is he's saying that always, recite the Sahasranamam. If the Sahasranamam is also very difficult for you, then go and do the Ramanama chanting, or take any nama that you like Narayana or Gopala, Govinda, or anything like that. Okay, so, and then keep chanting that Rama, 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 Rama. So we will be seeing another charitram of a Mahan called Bodhendra, Bhagavan Nama Bodhendra Saraswati Swamigal. Okay, he gave this Ramanama to a dumb boy, and he was able to speak. So we are going to see about all of the greatness of Ramanama and all that also later on in the coming classes. So there is no difference between the namas. Okay, so if you keep reciting the names of Bhagavan in this Kali Yuga, then we will be assured of moksham, or assured of liberation in this entire world, from this entire samsara sagaram. Okay, So, with that message, I wanted to say that that same Adi Shankara is there right now also as the 70th Peedadipati, that is His Holiness Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. So, same thing, 69, 68, every single person, every single Acharya that has been there in our Parampara, they are all different forms of the same Adi Shankara. Okay, so Charati Bhuvane, that means it is in present tense. So, they are all still there. The same Shankara, same Bhagavan, same Lord Shiva is in this form. Okay, so that is something that you all have to remember. And so if you have any questions, let me know. Then we can, otherwise we can conclude the class. Is there any question from anybody?
Someone mentioned that Mahapariva visited their house.
Samyukta and Snigdha mom, I think. That's why I was mentioning. They are very blessed.
Very, very blessed.
Their family is very blessed. Yeah. Okay. Any other feedback, comments, anything from anybody? Did you like it? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Did you learn something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you learn? Sudiksha or Ashrit? Can I see anybody? Okay. Only thumbs up. All right. Yeah, Srinidhi.
I learned that there were 3 Machitata, not just one.
What? Sorry?
She learned that there were 3 Umachi Tata, not just one.
Okay. Yes.
He used to call the Perivas Umachi Tata.
Correct. Okay. Understood. Okay. Very nice, Srinidhi. Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Dhanyavadaha. Hara Hara Shankara. Jai Shankara. We will meet in the next class. Okay. Or Rishi also says Mahapariva had visited my great grandfather's home in Coimbatore. Very blessed, Rishi. Very blessed. You should go to those places where he visited, and then you should do the namaskaram to that place. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Astu. So we will continue in the next class, okay, with another Mahan's Charitram. So let us know how you feel. Okay, so let us. So please send a message to us in the group, or you can send it to the teachers or the coordinators. So it will be very useful for us. Okay, so if you have any questions or anything that you would like to cover or like to be covered, that will be helpful for us to know. Okay. Dhanyavadaha. Hara Hara Shankara. Jai Shankara.